Yes. Stick and move. Stick and move. The NBA draft is upon us. It is drafts eve. So, what's going to happen tomorrow? It's going to be a very interesting draft, I think, but not even from the standpoint of who's going to draft Scoot Henderson, who's going to draft Brandon Miller, who's going to draft Anthony Black, so on and so forth. Who's going to make the trades? I saw Denver made a trade to get up to number 29 and also number 32 in this year's draft by giving up a first round pick to Indiana from next season. I see that Washington tried to trade Kristaps Porzingis and it fell through. That's probably a blessing in disguise because I saw something like Porzingis and then Malcolm Brogdon was going to go to the Clippers. Marcus Morris, number 30, and Amir Coffey were going to come to Washington along with Danilo Gallinari. So I know that the Wizards are trying to tank, but look, you got to start getting something back for these players. What's the point of a tank if you don't have the picks to take advantage of it? I digress. Zion Williamson is what I'm here to talk about. So you got Zion Williamson getting threatened with sex tapes and whatnot. That's all cool and funny. And, I don't know. I think revenge porn is a thing, right? Or does that only matter when it's a girl? But neither here nor there. Should New Orleans trade him? Yes. I can't lose what I don't have. He's played 114 games in 4 seasons. I'm supposed to just believe that suddenly he's going to get a clean bill of health and be there to lead us to the promised land. I know they had the best record in the West while he was healthy this year. But oh, by the way, Brandon Ingram is always hurt as well. But Zion has more value at this moment in time than Brandon Ingram does. Now, granted, if New Orleans holds on to Zion next season and he misses 50 games again or something along those lines, then we can have a conversation about BI being more valuable. But if I'm, say, Charlotte, am I coming off LaMelo Ball? Probably not. So even if I draft Scoot Henderson because I don't want to make this deal with Zion, if I'm New Orleans, what does Charlotte have that I want? Is it PJ Washington? No. Is it Terry Rozier? No. Is it Gordon Hayward? I guess if you want to make money match, but I don't really want him. I'm going to buy him out anyway if I do pick him up. That's just 2-5. But when I look at this Zion Williamson thing, if Portland is dumb enough to keep on to Dame and keep this charade going on that they're going to be a contender at some point, then let Portland be dumb. Dump Zion, get Anthony Simons back instead of Scoot Henderson. And then maybe you're cooking with some kind of grease. You got CJ McCollum there as the mentor, the leader. He's like the locker room glue that keeps everything together. He has been calling Zion out. I remember when they lost the play-in game, first thing he said was, guys don't play hurt, and that was a direct shot at Zion in my estimation. Granted, he didn't say his name. Just call my name. He ain't call his name out, but that's me saying that he was talking about Zion. So I can't lose what I don't have. If Zion's not playing anyway, I don't care if he goes over here and becomes a star. Because if you remember draft night, you saw his face, or at the draft lottery, you saw his face when New Orleans got that pick. He didn't want to be there, and the media couldn't wait to shove him over to New York. So you know what? Call the Knicks and see what they want to do. Zion is over. Sex tape or not, whether it comes down to injuries or not, it's time for New Orleans to cut their losses and move on. But what do you think? I don't know if Scoot Henderson is the answer. Shooting 27.5% from a shorter three-point line than what there exists in the NBA. People are saying that he's Derrick Rose or Russell Westbrook. Well, we see Derrick Rose ended up how he ended up. We see where John Morant is suspension-wise at the very least. And we see that Russell Westbrook is a stat getter, but not necessarily the guy that's going to help you get over the top. So if it were me, I would trade Zion. but it's not me. I want to know what you think. Like, subscribe. It's free. 25 Sports Reports is ordered. Coming at you tomorrow. And I'm out.